Yes, people. What's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. And today on Vibes from the Six, we got a wonderful panel for you guys. Talking about the Manchester Derby. We got a Manchester City fan. You guys know him. He's always on Never Foul, as it is his channel. And he's been on the show previously. Big up to my guy, Daps. Daps, how you doing, bro?
Original Vibes from the Six.
Original. Man was here before the name was even brought to the table.
So, what are you saying, bro? Yeah, man. Good. Good to
see. You got the Etihad Stadium sign behind you. Let's get it started. And opposing the home side, I should have probably started off with him. Daniel, my Dizzy in the building. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, this should be fun, isn't it? This
fun for you. You know what? You're one of the guys who keeps it real. So it's not going to be that bad if whatever happens. Either way, you're going to keep it real.
I'm here for a good time, man. Yeah, I'm here for a good time.
Some people are going to be crying on the weekend if you guys lose. I know your fan base, man. And then we got Don in the building. He's turned the corner. Look at him. He's shining. He's ready to go, just like his team.
Yeah, man. Listen, another one, another game by game right now, isn't it? But big up the panel, man, and big up the chat as well.
Big up everyone in the chat. And of course, we're going to have Jay jumping in, also Tottenham fan. And we're going to have to talk about Tottenham.
He must have mad chest. Bet he's got mad chest, innit?
Tottenham could be in a title challenge. That's what they're saying now. So,
well, I bet because Jay's I bet he's got bare chest at the moment, innit?
Bro, we're gonna get when he gets here, you'll see what kind of energy he's on. But yeah, everyone, do me a favor. Make sure you do hit that like button because we need to at least hit the target of at least 100 likes on the video. Make sure you do that. But first things first, I think before we get to the Manchester Derby, I'm just gonna talk about a little bit about what happened with Arsenal. I don't know if you guys know, but Arsenal kind of got a double injury now. They're absolutely nowhere. Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey one's not out of nowhere, is it?
Bro, I don't even know if he's injured. I don't even believe he's injured. Right? But
that one there's a Buki situation.
You guys are always injured. It's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a problem, innit?
Bro, personally for me, I don't know about any other Arsenal fans, but I'm ready to move on from Thomas Partey.
I think it kind of makes sense. I think maybe that's what Arteta's doing at the moment. I think Arteta's probably thinking, do you know what? Whether it be this or that, whatever the reason is, we need to get used to life after a party. And like,
I don't fully agree with that though, Daps, because recently when he went Ghana, they sent my man with him from Arsenal, so he must actually be injured. He's injury prone, isn't it? So I think people are looking into it.
But either way, it's like it gets to a point where, whether it be injury or something else, the fact that he's so irregular with availability, then it's kind of like we got to find another way around. Because I've said this before, you don't want to become reliant on a player and get used to playing a certain formation with a player and then him never be there. That's why I think the beauty of Gusto with you, man, is a perfect example. That in previous seasons, it's been like every time Reece James goes out, it's like the form dips, yeah? Whereas now it's like, right, we now know we've got someone that can do that role and it just lifts the weight. And then that means you don't have to rush Reece James back. So it helps. It's a kind of like, it's a win-win situation.
You know what's funny for me, the Arsenal fans? When rivals told them a year ago, this guy isn't world class, they swore up and down that this guy is the best DM in the league, and they weren't hearing any alternative arguments. And now you're a year later. We're not even a year later. We're like 6 months later. They're like, you know what? We're done with him. We've got a player that's better than him, so he's not.
We've got a new best DM in the world now.
No.
It's the madness over there.
Bro, let me explain. When he's available and he's playing on, he's amazing. No one can debate that. He's a really good player. But the problem with him is he is not always reliable. In the season when we finished outside of the top four, I'm pretty sure he got injured at the back end of that season. Him and Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, they did.
If you look at the season before that, when we finished 8th, he got injured also. And he's always had moments where he got injured. And even when he signed to begin with, he didn't hit the ground running right away.
I swear he was injured the first one.
He kind of was shaky. He was kind of
shaky. He weren't injury prone at Madrid.
No, Atletico Madrid, he never got injured. The man literally was a spotless record. It's something going on at our club. Now I'm going to say that.
You passed that medical guy onto Man United now.
Yeah,
you passed those problems on.
But personally for me, personally for me, it's getting to a point where we need, even if he's not playing, he's still picking up injuries. Like he hasn't played much this season. He's played 3 games the whole Premier League campaign.
I think you're in a bit of a pickle right now because obviously I think Arteta's plan was naturally to phase him out, and obviously in the summer there was plans to sell him, right? So I think he was probably going to play Rice in that 6 and Havertz in that 8. But now that he's realised that Havertz can't play in that role, he's got himself in a bit of a sticky situation right now, because if Rice goes into that 6, which he definitely will now, if Partey is not there, unless you play Jorginho there, it's a big question mark. There's a big question mark about who's going to play in that left centre mid role. You know what I mean, Miguel? So,
and the next
problem that you've got right now.
And I hear all of what you man are saying, and I appreciate it, but I'm not hearing it at the same time, because again, when people try to tell you that longevity and accomplishments and a history of doing things is what makes a world-class player, which is why the likes of Man City have 5, 6, 7 world-class players that you can say, which is why the likes of the Real Madrids and that have, you can say X amount of players are world-class. Similarly, with another man that's injured for you, apparently, by the sounds of it, Gabriel Jesus, you signed him from a team that needed a striker. Now you men are saying, you know what we need? We need a striker. But last year, you swore up and down that this brother here was the one that was going to go on and score 24, 25, 26 goals in a season when when he doesn't have a history of doing that. All I'm saying is this. You can have good players. The players can be great, and that is absolutely fine. But where we have to stop is when we start getting into the or everybody's world class. Because if that's the case, then nobody's world class. If that's the case,
yeah, I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that.
for me, like
we're talking
a good
about
example. A good example. Gal, before you come in here, a good example is like someone like for us, Reece James. Yeah, I rated him and I rated his ability, and I did say he's got world class ability. But the only time I called him actually world class is after we won the Champions League, because he actually. He came with something at the end of it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think Arsenal fans are very premature, man, with these shouts at times. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that. Jay, what's going on, bro?
All good, man. All good. Top of the table. Probably about to go 5 points clear. Act accordingly, everybody. Act accordingly.
Bro, do you know what? That is the perfect entrance. The fact he's talking about that smack in October just sums it up, man.
Listen, this is my point, is it? Don't project on me. Yeah, I'm just talking statements. No. I'm just talking statements of facts. Yeah, we are top of the league, and potentially we're going to go 5 points clear. At any point did I say we were going to win the league? At any point did I say we were in a title race? No, that's your projection. All I did was statements of facts.
Hold on,
guys,
but listen,
Jay. We have to save this for that segment. It's literally.
I'm definitely not saving that. I'm not saving that for this segment.
You're not saving what?
Real
saving what?
Can I talk, please? Yeah. Right. So I didn't say or project anything. I just said it's very fitting that you made that statement. You projected what I meant.
What do you mean? You said you said in October. So don't pretend that you didn't mean what you meant by trying to. Listen, we all understand words. We all understand how words work.
Yeah, we do.
Jay. Slide digs are slide digs.
No, it's not slide dig. If I wanted to send you
I know what you meant. You know what you meant. Let's move on.
Bro, if I want to send someone a dig, am I very direct with it? Yes, right?
I don't know. All I'm saying is, listen. Okay, what do you mean about October? What does the fact is October mean about anything? What do you mean by that?
What I mean is
it's very fitting, right? No, so
dizzy.
What I mean, is that I can tell you now. I never, ever, me personally, not you. If you want to do that, no problem. Yeah. Me personally. I wouldn't talk about being top of the table in March, let alone October. But if that's what you want to do,
City. Oh, well, you're top of the league all the time, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, we
don't.
You know what I mean?
It's all relative.
We weren't top of the league much last season, to be fair.
Well, I mean, listen. At the end of the day,
Arsenal's top of the league 92% of the season.
At the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, I seem to remember Arsenal taking photos with like 10 to go and all that sort of stuff. So, like, listen, it is what it is. Like, listen, it is what it is. We're top of the league. Hopefully, going 5 points clear. That's about it, man. That's about it. Nothing else to report. Nothing else. We've got used to. So, we're looking forward to our complimentary win
Oh yeah, you'll get that. You'll pick up 3 points, bro. You will. You'll pick up 3 points, and that'll still mean fuck all. That'll still mean fuck all in the title race. Like every other year.
It is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Let's finish up the Arsenal segment, and then we can come back to this. I just want to know, Jesus, do you think he's injury prone, Daps?
Obviously.
Is he? What do you think?
Oh, my man's now projecting for me, innit? I swear he said that. But anyway, no, I didn't mean you. I meant the guy creaming. So,
Pause.
What? Better than you creaming yourself.
Pause. God damn. Bro,
have you always been a City fan, by the way, or is it just since they started being successful?
You're originally, aren't you?
I'm just asking. I've never met you before. Like you got the street sign and stuff like that.
We have.
Have you got something from Main Roads? Have you got something from Main Roads? Because I'm from Manchester, you see.
Oh yeah, no problem. What do you want, bro?
Anything that's not store bought from eBay, go for it.
All right, so you can have an original for starters.
A ticket stop would be wonderful.
Yeah,
give me one of those. Give me one of those.
Well, how long do you want? How long? Have you got?
Well, it's got to be Main Road, doesn't it? So how long ago was that? Like.
So here's an original shirt, yeah?
It's not quite what I asked for, but okay, sure.
Bro, I'm grabbing stuff from behind me. If you want me to go and
listen, it's your room. You know everything. It's not me.
Right, so original is in Umbro. Look at the size of it. Now, if I was buying something from a store, would I really buy something that fits my 7-year-old, yeah?
It depends on whether or not you're trying to create a backstory.
Okay,
but why does it even matter?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Hold on. Programs from, again, I could have bought them from a store. Programs from, when was that? That was in 94. Is that any good for you?
That's good. That's good. It's good enough for me. You're an authentic City fan. I apologize. Didn't mean to cut you off, my friends. Is Jesus injury prone?
Yeah, as we continue. Neeky brother.
I beg your pardon?
I said Neeky brother.
Take your hat off and let's see what you got under there, bro. Come on.
What are you guys doing?
Take your hat off, bro. Calling me a Neeky brother. You're wearing a fucking baseball cap at 45 years old. Come on, let's see what you got.
There you go, mate.
Okay. All right, bro. Turkey's that way, bro. Turkey's that way. Don't worry about me, bro. Worry about yourself. Yeah. Keep it coming, bro. Keep it coming.
Hey, you man, relax.
And he looks 45 years old, bro.
I don't even know what that means, but like.
Hey, you man.
Bro.
Hey, answer the question.
Jesus. So Jesus. At City, he had one long-term injury in it. One long-term injury. But apart from that, I wouldn't say he was injury prone. Nah, not City. He had one long-term injury.
He had one knee injury at Arsenal. Now he has a muscular injury, and people are saying he's injury prone. I do think he's had two. He's had. This is his third injury, you man, innit? Yeah,
they're becoming more frequent, my bro.
Yeah, that's the problem.
In how long though?
I'm still willing to give Jesus time because Partey is 30 years old, guys, and he's missed about 50 games at his time at Arsenal already. Like, that's a lot of games. Let's not lie to ourselves. Jesus, yes, he had a knee injury in the World Cup. Those things happen. That's a freak injury. Partey never actually had like surgery, I don't think, at his time when he was here. He's just been picking up small injuries here and there. And I absolutely rate all my players. I like these guys. But the reality is, if it's better for the team to get somebody who's more consistently available, that's better for me. And that's all I care about. But yeah, Sheffield United.
You're not feeling like that about Jesus yet, are you? A bit early.
No, not about Jesus. But I think we're going to probably buy a striker regardless.
Do you think you need a striker?
Jesus is probably going to rotate into the right wing position and the striker position in the future. Because Ivan Toney and him could work together.
Basically.
What?
They're right. I said basically what happened to him at City. He came to Arsenal to become that number 1, that number 9. And now he's being moved back to that position where he left his old club, where he was playing his best football. I said he was playing.
Anywhere he went, he would have ended up in this position. I genuinely believe.
Because he's not.
The truth is, he's good there. He's good there, man. Like,
that's his best position, bro.
Yeah,
when we beat Man City, that's where he started.
Because he's not a starting world-class number 9, and obviously I understand when you sign a player, you want to believe that they can become what you want them to become. But the reality of the situation is, he was never going to be a world-class starting 9. You were always going to need a world-class starting 9 to compete for real. City, you signed one, and look at the difference. They won the treble. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, look. I'll on that thing, I do hear it. We did sign him. We did win a treble, yeah. But I could also say maybe we won the treble because we went to playing 4 centre-backs at the back. Yeah, that is relevant because all of a sudden defensively we became a lot stronger. For me, start of last season, Agal, you asked me if Jesus could get 20, 25 goals. And I said to you, I don't know. But what I can tell you is your team's output will go up, right? Your team's output went up. For me personally, you need the players that fit how you want to play, yeah? Jesus is that. Now, if you want to change the way you play and make it one main target man and everything goes through him, you need to go and get a striker. It's that simple. But if you want to play a fluid front three, then Jesus is the right guy. And it's that simple. It depends on your style of play. Because you got to remember, City were winning leagues with Jesus. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying from last year, bro. Even when they brought Jesus in, yeah, when they were flying, I remember this so vividly because I was saying to my Arsenal friends, you lot aren't going to win the league with Jesus as a striker. And this was when Jesus was cooking. Because what I said was in the crunch moments, yeah, in tight games, when you get 1 or 2 chances that are clear cut, he's not clinical enough for me. Do you know what I'm saying? When it comes towards the end of the season, the first half of the season and the second half of the season, 2 completely different things, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The second half, Man City have that experience. And let me give you a few examples. Jesus against Southampton, I remember him missing chances that game. Jesus against West Ham, I remember him missing chances that game. These were the games that you ended up drawing. If you remember it.
He should have got a penalty in some of those games.
And that was crunch moments. But Arsenal fans weren't hearing it because he was playing so well. But I was looking at it long term. I was like, bro, when it comes to crunch moments, this guy's not going to finish these chances. So you definitely need a striker, man, in January. You're going to be in there for Tony, innit? Same as Chelsea.
I hope you get Ivan Toney, but let's wait and see.
I've heard 65 mil as well, by the way. I heard they're willing to accept 65 mil.
I heard 70.
Mad low.
I heard 70.
Bro, either way, I still think that's low. I still think that's low.
By the way, there's a lot of misinformation going around right now. Like you guys seen the tweet that I tweeted about. You know, football transfers blocked me after I tweeted they're liars because.
You called them
here on this panel believes that Arsenal is going to buy Tchouaméni and Real Madrid is going to sell him to us. Like, let's be honest. Stop.
They're still talking about that.
Yeah, bro. It's like
that's why he's been starting games as well. I haven't really watched much of Madrid this season, but I think.
Bro, I just think at this point they start getting in their lies before the January transfer window, so they can come back to it in a couple months.
You are going to lose. You are going to lose 2 DMs next summer in theory, right?
George El Neni and
3 even.
Wow.
Probably going to lose El Neni, Jorginho, Partey. Probably all 3.
Get a new deal, probably.
There's not a chance. How? Why?
Because he's going to be like the back end. Let's be honest.
So why do you want him? Why is he going to get a new deal so you can complain about him when he fucks up in big games? All I'm saying is that like whilst it looks outlandish now, in theory, if you were to get rid of three DMs, you might bring a high-level DM in.
Or we could bring in an 8 that can also play in a DM.
Absolutely. But my point is maybe they're not liars. They're probably liars, but maybe they're not. You never know.
I just don't believe we're gonna get Tchouaméni. I would love it to be true. Anyways,
can I ask you a question, Igal, before you go? When did Arsenal become such a buy club? I thought you guys were all about,
the Kroenke getting full ownership. Changed everything.
You're spending a lot of money now, Arsenal nowadays. Like,
yeah, because you have to compete. In order to compete, you have to spend money.
But I mean,
I've been telling you that. I've been telling Arsenal fans that for years, bro. But apparently, it wasn't allowed.
Listen, I am the wrong person to speak to about. I'm not one of these guys.
I hate you.
Yeah, but
I've always hated the fans who talk about net spend. That's not me. What I've always said is
the proper way of doing it.
In order to be, I actually big up Chelsea for spending money. Don, have you ever seen me criticizing Chelsea's?
No.
The only time I probably do that is when they do bad and you poke fun at it. But the reality is, in order to be the best, you have to spend the best. Guess what? Arsenal's Invincibles had the biggest wage bill in the whole Premier League.
I never knew that. Yeah, of course it doesn't.
Anyways, moving on. Odegaard has been bad, guys. Odegaard has been bad. I know he has, but do you guys think it's a bad idea to play him against Sheffield United to get him back in form, or drop him in this game and play the next game?
Isn't he your captain?
Some people are saying drop him.
Bro, you can't drop your captain. In what criteria can you drop your captain?
Why would you drop your captain?
I don't know. Some people are Arsenal fans are calling for Odegaard to be dropped.
Drop him. Wait, quick question. Drop him for who?
There we go.
They would play Smith Rowe.
Yeah, okay. Play him then.
Hold on, but
Next question.
nah, but the whole thing, bro. I'm sorry, yeah, but if it's taken him this long to drop Havertz, yeah, to give Smith Rowe a chance, why now? Come on, man. Like people are overreacting on Odegaard a bit. I hear overreaction, man.
I think this is a perfect game for him to get a little bit of confidence.
And everyone expects us to smash Sheffield United. Hopefully, we can put 4 past them and get our goals back up.
You know what? I haven't really watched much of them, but I caught their game against Spurs, and they gave Spurs a good game, and that was away from home. Do you know what I'm saying?
I caught the game against Newcastle. Did you see the 8 goals?
Yeah, I mean, I caught the highlights. That was about it. But I think this is going to be business as usual for Arsenal. I think you don't have too much quality, but this is definitely a game where you need to play Odegaard. You know, get him having that little bit of confidence, stat padding if he needs to. You know, just to get his numbers back up. And then take it from there, innit? But I don't think this is definitely not a game to drop him, man. It's definitely not.
At home against Sheffield United, he's not going to ghost. If he does, we have bigger issues. But let's go to the big game of the weekend. Everyone predicting Arsenal to beat Sheffield United. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 Arsenal victory. I don't think it's gonna be a tough game at all. They have like 17 injuries themselves. We have to smash them, obviously. But
I think, by the way, Odegaard's a good player for that game because they are going to play with probably 5 men behind. They're going to play a low block against you, yeah. And then that's where you need players like Odegaard because they're the ones that actually might be able to break it down. It'd be mad to not play him. Fair enough.
Let's get into Manchester Derby now. Big up everyone. We got 70 people in the video. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now and let me know what percentage odds do you give Manchester United to win this game. The odds are 0, 10, 50, or if you think they're actually gonna win, you can vote 100. The poll question's there. But before we go any further, I'm gonna throw it over to the Manchester United fan. Yo, Daniel, talk to me. What's your percentage odds, bro?
About 10, just because there's players on the pitch. So we have to give them some sort of percentage chance of doing something. But we're probably gonna get smoked, to be honest. We haven't played good football all season. I don't know what Ten Hag is doing. The players that he's putting his trust on are killing him on the hill. The players that he wanted to get out of here are the ones saving his job at the moment. So yeah, I just think that we're gonna get smoked. I can see Haaland scoring 2 or 3, to be completely honest. I see it being a very long day. I don't think we stand a chance. I think if we low block him, we're fucked. I think if we leave space in behind, we're fucked. So yeah, I think the only way is if we nick one, but we can't keep clean sheets, so they're gonna score. If they score first, it's over with. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's looking pretty sticky. I don't see a way out. I'll take a 0-0 right now.
Is this the most one-sided Manchester derby since Oli? Like
no. Last year, I think Foden and Haaland both got hat tricks.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but I'm talking about at your ground. You're at home, bro.
I think that was at our ground. I think.
No, that was at Manchester.
That was ours. That was away.
Last year you beat them, bro.
Yeah, but if you deep it, fam, Oli wasn't that long ago, really. So you're talking about a season and a half ago, maybe. That was the last time we got smoked. We've been getting smoked by City. To be honest with you, it's not even like the big score lines that are like, whoa, we got smoked.
No, do you know what? It's about 2 years ago, the 2-0. I know, and I remember that season you lot was saying that was worse than I think maybe that season you lost 4 or 5 to Liverpool. And you said that it was worse because it was 2-0, and then the second half was it was so dominant. It was like a training.
Not even that. It's not even passing the ball about. It wasn't even like at the point of dominance. It was like City players felt sorry for United players, so they just took their foot off the gas. That's what it felt like watching a game. And so essentially, we've been getting dominated by these men for a couple of years now, to be honest. So I don't really see how we win this game other than some scrappy or some fluky or something like that, because we're definitely not keeping it clean. So I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yo. Jay, is your mic facing downwards? Because I feel like there's some feedback coming from your mic.
Something keeps buzzing in my ear.
One second.
Yeah, just put it in landscape.
Yeah, sorry. Let's switch over to my laptop now. So just give me a sec.
Okay, no worries. He's gonna reconnect with his laptop. Bless. I'm just gonna say this, guys, before we throw it over to Daps. I want to know what I feel like I kind of have an idea what Daps might say, but I'm just going to say my take on this game quickly. I think it's going to be a situation where Manchester United might actually change their tactics and be a little bit more defensive and more cautious and try to keep themselves in the game, because they've seen what happened at the Emirates, and they know if they try to just keep the score close late in the game, they could probably smash and grab and try to get something out of it. Because that's the only way they're going to come out of this game with 3 points. I don't see them playing fluid football versus Manchester City, and I don't see them trying to continuously be direct. The best way for them to do it is to keep the score down, keep it close, play a diamond midfield, and play two attackers up top. And when in defense, you set up with that low block, and you make sure you stop their service to Haaland. And that's the only way I think you're gonna win. But yeah, you're shaking your head, Dan. Why?
Because the reality of the situation is we've got Varane and Harry Maguire in the back, and people keep tossing around this stat of Harry Maguire's played like 16 games and he's only lost one in X amount of time. But the reality of the situation is he's played when he plays, we're playing shit teams. I think, and the other thing is that Ten Hag is so stubborn. I don't think he will change his strategy. I think he likes the high press. He wants to implement this style of super intensity, chasing every ball. But what that does is that leaves mad spaces in and around. And realistically, if you wanted to be a tactician about it, you play Christian Eriksen so that you have somebody that can make the killer ball. But the problem with Christian Eriksen is he's so lightweight that, and he's slow as well, that if there is a 10-yard space around him, he's just not making it. When you're talking about the Bernardo Silvas of the world, when you're talking about the Rodris in the world, in and around him, it's looking tricky, bro.
I think the other thing is with Eriksen is, I get like the last 3 games he's came on, he looks like he is your most creative player, right? And you need that because at the moment Rashford's a goal scorer, he's not a creator. Højlund needs creation, and Antony ain't creating shit. So you need creation from midfield. Yep. The problem is, if you start Eriksen will be able to do that for the first 50, 55 minutes, yeah. But so United fans tell me Eriksen can't play 90 minutes. So then you're taking Eriksen off in the 55th minute. And then you're going to try and hold out for, if you do get something, you're going to try and hold out against City. It does make more sense bringing Eriksen on. But look, it's one of these games. We're here, and I get it. This week, I'm trying to not get carried away, right? Because it's so easy to get carried away right now, looking at how bad United are, because they're really bad. And let's be real, it's even the results, they're still bad. Like, if you're a United fan, you're watching the wins and still against Sheffield United going, but how are we letting Sheffield United play football like that in our half? Yeah. So, but
are you letting Burnley play football like that as well?
But let's be real. I sat here a week ago saying, I want Chelsea to get something out of this game. But if I'm looking at how Arsenal are defending at the moment, how Arsenal are playing, I'm not sure how they're going to get something out of it. And they did. Yeah. So, if I sit here try and break down the game, I do not see any way that I see United getting something. But I do know it's a derby, and I do know in the 90s, and once we were back in the Premier League, when United was so dominant, we still got results against them sometimes. Like, it still did happen sometimes, yeah? Like, so I want to be here saying there's not a chance in hell, but it is a derby. And listen, I know what that crowd is like. Old Trafford is loud. Referees do bend over for the crowd when they make noise. We saw it last season. And look, what my team needs to do is, if that does happen, not leave it to referees, because we can't be that person that moans about referees, because usually we go and get it done. So if that does happen, we just have to get it done. But as far as on the pitch, I don't know. It's long when you're saying right now Man United's best player is Harry Maguire. And that's what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Like,
and McTominay.
From the time you're getting saved by Maguire and McTominay, you know your team's in problems. Because these guys...
Even if you're saying McTominay's your best player, but he's given away 2 penalties, then that's kind of...
But then, for me, that's the only way, right? Looking at how you guys are playing. City, to be honest with you, haven't been at their best at this season. Yeah, there's been a few reasons. Obviously, Rodri was missing a few games. They can still get better than what we've seen. But
100%.
How they've been playing has still been enough to be winning games. Yeah, and it's still enough to beat a team like Man United. Because Man United, bro, whether they want to play possession football against you lot, they're not going to be able to do that because they haven't got the players to do it. They haven't really got the quality to do it. They haven't got the balance in the team to do it. And it seems that they're not getting the instructions to understand how they need to play that style of football. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when you take it the other way, if they're countering teams right now, the players that you expect to be, you know, very dangerous in a counter, like a Bruno, like a Rashford, maybe even like an Anthony, these guys aren't playing well right now. So the only way that these guys are going to get a result is if those guys turn up like a Rashford. I don't see Rashford turning up against who's going to be a right back, maybe Kyle Walker, for example. I just don't see that.
Lightly,
right? Bruno, I don't see Bruno creating all these chances for Højlund because I haven't been seeing that this season. So these key players that have been winning United games even from last year, they're not playing well, bro. So this should be business as usual for Man City, regardless of the fact that it's a derby. I just don't see them lot turning up. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm not wrong because I want Man United to get battered this game, But this is the reality of the situation. United are not playing well. They're not playing well. I don't see it. I really don't.
Neither do I. But United this game actually. Usually people are not want Manchester United to lose, but Liverpool fans are probably going to be rooting for Man United because they think they can win the league. Arsenal fans, same thing. I don't know if Jay.
I need them better. When I was saying a few weeks ago, that they're in a worse situation than us. They kept looking at the table, right? Looking at the results.
You just want to be above Manchester United.
I do, because it's disgusting that we're doing after how we've been playing this season and how they're playing, how our future's looking in comparison to theirs.
Well, listen, we're gonna get to Chelsea. Listen, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to listen. We will get to Chelsea. Like, listen, it's Spurs Chelsea a week on Monday, isn't it? Like, we have a homecoming. Homecoming ready for watch. Don't worry. We ain't seen a homecoming since Kanye West and Chris Martin like this.
It's at their ground.
It's at Tottenham's ground.
No. We
will get to Chelsea.
I'm trying to get a ticket, bro.
Yeah, but
we'll get there. Don't worry.
Listen, my one point about sorry, somebody offered me a ticket today for that game. So my point about United City, right? Yeah, it's a derby, right? And anybody in a derby it is what it is. City haven't been amazing this season, but they're City. You know what I mean? And that's why you get Haaland, and it kind of eradicates that whole perfection aspect that they needed before. You have Haaland. It's let's go. It's Haaland, and he's in bad form, and he's still 9 goals in the Premier League. He's still scoring screamers with his weaker foot in Europe. So City is still doing their thing. They obviously missed KDB. They missed Rodri massively, but Rodri's back now. So that's going to mitigate a lot of issues that City have got. Just having Rodri mitigates 85% of their issues. Doku versus Dalot is a problem.
Long.
It's a very, very big problem for Man United because Doku's going to kill him. I have no doubt in my mind that if Doku starts that game,
Dalot had a good game versus Saka.
Quite a few have had a good game against Saka, bro.
Saka and Doku are two completely different players, bro.
No. And another one thing that's big on that, just context-wise, is Saka as a left-footed right winger cutting in against Dalot's stronger foot. There's something there. Doku's going either way, inside, outside. And the last time I saw a player of Doku's skill set versus Dalot was St. Maximin.
Cooked him.
And the destroying that St. Maximin gave him required Wan-Bissaka to come on to save that game save that positional thing. So let's be open here on this. United have performed fairly well, in the Premier League in big games this season. Like, whether you look at the Tottenham game and they lost 2-0, they were all right for 45 minutes. Could have gone in at halftime 1-0 up. Yeah. Against Arsenal, injury time winner for Arsenal. Arsenal could even have lost that game. Couple of inches, Garnacho scores the winner. So this is a big game. Bobby Charlton, like memorandum. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, the logic dictates a comfortable City win. And you have to go with the logic. Yeah? But
it's an emotional game. You're right.
It is, but then I really think of United and I look at them and I say, listen, what Ten Hag's doing to this United team doesn't make sense to me.
Nope.
It doesn't make sense. And the reason it doesn't make sense massively, yeah, right, is from the point of view, last season, you had a choice. Implement your style of play or get results straight away. You chose to get results. Yeah? So now you've got this season, yeah? And now you want to implement your style of play. You've had some injuries now. Lisandro's out. Shaw's out. So you're having difficulties putting that over. And people are expecting you to build on last season. Leads to erratic decision-making. You bought Mount for 50, 55 million, but you're starting McTominay ahead of him. That you cannot justify that logic. Like, that's just illogical. So to me, I'm looking at what Ten Hag's doing, and that erratic decision-making, and it culminates in this game.
What's your score? With all this? You've said you've teased the prediction for Man City to win. You've teased the prediction for Manchester United to win. Which one are you going? Because I'm kind of confused.
I think logic dictates City might smash him.
Fair enough.
And you know what? What else?
So he teased the win for Manchester United, and then at the end
I need a Cass breakdown. I need a Staffy breakdown. I need a Terry breakdown. I need a KJ breakdown. I need a Dizzy breakdown. Cameron's probably still going to be positive if that happens, but I need breakdown.
But you know what?
I'm not going to
mention something. The protocol said something important, and Daps, you wanted to touch on this?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah. Because of the way United look at the moment. I kind of looked at last week's lineup against Brighton and thought, can you remember, right, when we played Tottenham at our gaff last season, it was January, right? And we had an absolute shocker of a first half, 2-0 down at half time, yeah? Stinker. And then second half, Mahrez had a really good game, and I think we ended up winning 4-2. But in the press conference afterwards, when Pep was asked about the second half performance, he goes, yeah, great, but some senior players need to decide why they're not putting in performances like that in the first half as well. Do they really want to do a treble? Do they really want to do a three-peat? And at that point, we were looking really, really bad. And it was kind of like almost he was saying to the senior players, how much do you want it this season? Because he kind of said, look, Rico's here. I'll bring Rico in. No problem, right? And last week against Brighton, when I looked at some of the changes, I kind of thought it could be because we got a Champions League game and a derby, or it could be Pep kind of early doors saying, I'm going to ask you lot earlier to, because this isn't a three-peat now, this is a four-peat, and this isn't just Arsenal. Liverpool are back in the title race. Tottenham is showing they could be in it. And Tottenham.
Yeah, Dabs, let me ask you a question, Dabs, because obviously now you've praised Tottenham, and we can all get on. We're on a positive foot now. Like obviously, like now.
You started that, by the way. You went on a negative thing. You started.
And listen, we're not here to attribute blame.
It was you. It was you.
We don't need to attribute blame. What's done is done. Let's just move on.
Let me just.
No, I want his question.
Apologies, that's necessary. But let's
One second, Jay.
I want to hear his question.
I want to just stop for a second, and I just want to say I usually do a segment on every single major matchup, combined 11s, but this time there's no point. There's no point. They don't have one single player on form that would get into the City team. I don't believe.
No,
what do you guys think?
No,
not really. And my question to Daps was, listen, you now, as City, treble winners, top of the mountain, looking down on everybody, what do you think of the other teams? Like, genuinely, are you looking at these teams like, these guys are shit, man? Like, if we get beat by these, what we doing here? Are you thinking, nah, these guys are decent? They could, like, I know last season everyone would look at Arsenal and think, yeah, maybe. This season, maybe they're not looking at it. Like, what as the team that's the best team, looking at the rest of the team, what are you thinking looking at them?
For me, I always say this: if Manchester City are the best Manchester City, we win the league every season, right? So the first and foremost, before I look at any other team, is I look at how we're performing, and that is the key. Like in January when we beat Arsenal 2-1, well, was it 1-0 or 2-1 in the FA Cup, and Arsenal fans got confidence because of the way City played. I said, but that's not our best 11 and we're not on form, right? That team's not good enough to win the league, But if we hit form, and I'll be honest with you, it's kind of one of them ones where I could tell you how I think teams look at the moment, but when it hits March, I'll look at a team and like then I'll judge a team. But at the moment, if I'm looking, I do think Liverpool will be there because I think they know how to be there. I do think Arsenal will be there because I think they have been getting results while they haven't been playing that good. And I think Arteta's learning on the job. And I still, unfortunately, don't think Tottenham will be there for the long haul. But I do think there is relevance when people point out the fact that you are out of the Carabao, you're not in Europe, yeah? And if say City, Arsenal and Liverpool will still be in the Europa League, carry on playing, get through into the knockout stages, we could be playing like 2-3 games every 8 days. If Tottenham are playing 1 game every 7 days, and I think under a manager that will know, because some managers don't know how to motivate players that are only playing every 7 days. I think your manager would know how to motivate them. So it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Let me jump in
here quickly. We're gonna need everyone's thoughts. Who's gonna win? Because I know.
And as for United, I look at United and I think they are bad. It's one of them ones for years. When United got bad, I always used to say, yeah, but we can't talk too much smack on them because they'll be back, yeah. But it's got to a point now where it's like I watch them regularly and just think you lot look trash, man. Like you, like bro. Even let's be real. Even the games they're winning, they're not looking good. They're looking trash. Like even last season,
every single game, Dax. Every single game. Go for it, bro. Wolves should have beat them first game of the season. Yeah. Yep. Tottenham beat them as well. Like 45 minutes. They're okay. Yep. Tottenham beat them. Burnley should have beaten them.
Burnley was pretty equal, but it wasn't. But ultimately, Burnley looked really bad. So that's not any sort of judgment on them.
Burnley looked better than them, but Burnley haven't got a striker. That's their main problem. When they get
where you want no down to Burnley until they scored an own goal.
We beat them 4-1.
You know, Chelsea are talking spicy.
Is you know what it is? It's
all this being said, they can still get a miracle result.
Yeah, they can. Of course, they can. They can.
Anyone going with Manchester United getting a result?
No.
But they can do it.
But this is what it is. Really quickly, I want to say 2 things. This is what the Glazers have turned United into. I hope all of you guys know. Before you. Here we go. Just understand that where United were and where we are now is what the Glazers have done. So every time rival fans are like, "Oh, but they spend money. Realize where we are and how much we actually are. And the fact that no matter how much money they spend, no matter who they hire, no matter what players we buy, we are still trash. So there's a bigger problem there. And I think, but I will say this season, every single game we've played, we could have lost and I wouldn't have been surprised. Other than Crystal Palace where we won 3-0 in the Carabao Cup. But other than that, we've played trash every single game. And I think I can see within the United fan base, the sentiment changing on Ten Hag. I can see it getting a little more negative. I can see people losing faith a little more. Even me personally, I'm like, some of the decisions you're making, big man, don't even make sense. Like forcing Jadon Sancho to somebody to deliver his lunch to him in his car and that. So
he's been locked behind. He's behind his door. He's not. Oh no, it's got worse. And now, it's like he's in pen. He's not allowed on the landing. It's not down. They're bringing food. You're not going canteen to get your food.
No canteen. Basic.
It's mad, bro. And do you know the worst thing is,
might come back.
Do you know the maddest thing for me? Is the Sancho thing, and this is where I think Ten Hag's so wrong. Is like I always had an issue with my real dad that he expected me to be the one that made the effort, and now I'm a dad, even more so. I'm like, it will never be my daughter having to make the effort. It will be me, right? Now, as a football manager, sometimes you're the big man. You have to make that little bit more effort, especially if it's for the good of the team. And like I said earlier, Rashford is not a creator, Højlund needs creation, and Antony is not doing shit. So ultimately, they need a creator on the right-hand side that knows how to feed a number 9.
Yeah.
Well, Sancho did that for 2-3 seasons with Haaland at Dortmund. Yep. He knows how to be that creator, and the fact that he won't resolve that issue it kind of tells me the guy's not doing. I don't know. He's stubborn, like you said. He's stubborn now. And
one second, please, Jay. We can spend 20 minutes talking about all the problems Manchester United have. A whole other show. But I just want to say this. unfortunately to Liverpool fans, there is no Liverpool rep today because I felt like originally this show was supposed to be during the same time as the Europa League was going on, and I had to change it because of that. And also, let's be honest, there's no major story going on at Liverpool. You guys are going to beat Nottingham Forest convincingly. Is anyone going for Nottingham Forest win?
No, I mean, after the deadline's gone now, our captain's signed.
Yeah, and does Liverpool have any major drama or anything going on right now that's like a major talking point?
Revival of Gravenberch, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I get it that Liverpool's a massive club and everything, but come on, guys.
They're playing good and winning games. There ain't really much to talk about.
It's actually a good thing when people are not talking about you guys because there's nothing negative going on.
Can I just say one quick thing on United? You made a point about the Glazers and things like that. The one thing that I know, because as a team that's never been on a Man United level, you're a team that constantly has to try and win or has to come up with creative ways to try and win. So I've seen it all in terms of I've seen a Redknapp, I've seen a Poch, I've seen a Conte, I've seen a Nuno, I've seen all types of different. The one thing that you always need is a manager that can bring everybody together, but also a manager that's tactically very good. Yeah. Yep. So you've got Klopp, you've got Guardiola. Yeah. So you see someone like De Zerbi. From the personal side, I still have question marks. Tactically, I think he's got it. Yeah, but from the personal side, that thing that Klopp's got, that thing that Guardiola's got, that charisma that they've got, I don't quite see it in De Zerbi. I think Postecoglou's got it. I think he's got the tactical and I think Poch has it 80% on both.
You think Ten Hag doesn't have it?
Ten Hag doesn't have the personality aspect of it to bring the whole club together.
He's got to do it. So we'll
remind me of Unai Emery because of this.
Yeah, a little bit of that. He's just not him. Because the thing is he's you say about Glazers, Ten Hag was given the opportunity. Like, look at Ange, look at Ten Hag. Ten Hag was given the opportunity to say you can buy any player. Any player. You basically got 90 million, 100 million pounds to buy any player, and you pick Anthony. Yeah. Okay, so
you know what,
and I'm saying Ange had any player. He said, "I want Maddison. Go get me Maddison. I need Maddison." Go on.
I made a mistake even having this topic and thinking that I could go through it.
No, but it's just I think
we're gonna have to wrap it up here because we still got to talk about Tottenham. And you guys are playing at 8 o'clock.
Udogi's not in the squad tonight as well. I've just seen that.
He's not.
Udogi's not in the squad tonight. He's not in my
fantasy
team this week either.
Kufau should come in for him anyway. I've got Kufau on my bench.
Let's go. Let's talk about Tottenham and Chelsea. But before we go to Chelsea, we're gonna just touch on Tottenham quickly. You guys think Tottenham?
What do you mean touch on Tottenham quickly? This is the disrespect I'm talking about on this show. This is exactly what I mean.
You're getting triggered by the choice of wording.
I said quickly. I didn't hear you say quickly with Man United.
Because they're the major topic of the show.
And the biggest
club in the country.
Quickly.
Let's be honest. I said quickly for Arsenal also, if you guys remember.
Quickly.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to say it again. Yeah, my choice of word triggers people. Clearly.
Okay.
Listen,
sensitive.
I just want to show you guys something.
You talk about us so much on Twitter. I would have thought you were going to spend a bit more time talking about us today.
Something? I'm actually blocked by a lot of people, and I think
wonder why.
Well, you talk about Chelsea. You talk about Chelsea a lot as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no,
you talk about Chelsea a lot.
I talk about every club. Nobody's safe. I even make fun of Liverpool, and I even make fun of friggin' Newcastle at times. I
never seen you make fun of Arsenal though.
I said nobody's safe. Yeah,
I've never seen you.
Bro, nobody's safe. I literally make fun of everybody. I made fun of Manchester United recently. I did a whole thing on thing. Yo, you know what? Let me show you guys. So my point is, I wanted to show you guys a tweet. So yeah, look at this. I'm literally making fun of Manchester United here. But yeah, my main point of this whole thing is I wanted to show you guys this. Tottenham
come on here, and you said two things that's really.
Bro, you're gonna bring that so we can see it because right now I can't see anything.
Oh, I thought I shared it.
There we go. That's it. Okay, Deji.
Yes.
You've named Liverpool who we've played, and you've named Arsenal who we've played. We beat one of them and we drew with one of them. How about you just sit down and just chillax? We've got the best manager that we've had in the 45 years that you so-called been supporting the club. Let's be real. We've had Dusty.
First of all, that's crazy from Deji saying this is the best manager we've had in 45 years.
I think it's a bit
premature.
to say
Where
that.
was this?
No, I take
9 games,
definitely.
Hey,
So.
big up Deji, man.
But I love Deji. He's my guy. But
Yeah.
maybe he's feeling the momentum.
Can we have some context to this? Because I haven't
We're
seen
gonna
this. And
have some context in a
listen, and
They're
Deji,
having
like Jay said, Deji is my guy.
They're
I
having
think
an
this
argument.
is because is he fighting a load of negative Tottenham fans? Is that
That's
what's
what
going
it
on
is.
here?
I think
No. Deji believes that they're in the title race.
Once
I was
again,
with him on the terrace.
Deji believes
Yeah,
they're
but
gonna
bro,
win they're in the title race.
But here's the
the
thing:
thing is,
at Tottenham, it's I know. I guarantee you, the other lot, are the
Run the
ones that
clip,
literally
Let it land.
I've been supporting him for 40, darling. What I'm trying to say is, can't you see that this is a different Tottenham team? This is a different team.
But we're not winning the league.
Why don't you take the advice of our current gaffer and enjoy the ride?
In your 23 years, don't turn this into banter FC by claiming we're going to win the league while we're not every player on the bench.
I think you'd be a Spurs fan and you come here like some sort of...
Oh, yeah, that's a good argument. Let's go and support that lot up the road. Yeah, that's original.
You're 23 years. We are top of the league. Yeah, 9 games, 4 games, 3 games, whatever it is. We're top of the league. Why are we not going to believe? We're just going to admit defeat after...
It reminds me a little bit about last year. I'm not gonna.
Oh, does it? Wow.
You guys were worse last year.
No,
way worse.
The thing is,
worse.
It took Arsenal fans until after the World Cup to say 100% with chest.
Okay,
we're in a title race.
But after 9 games, you'd lost in the league.
That's the lie, bro. That's a
I
lie.
honestly, mate.
Arsenal fans are running from it.
Igal was like, "This is Maldini." Like the first time his feet touched the pitch, Crystal Palace away, Igal was like, "Mwah."
One second. It doesn't matter what you're talking about because you're on the team. You have the record. We have the record. You were pressuring me into saying, "Are you in a title race?"
Absolutely.
I remember this.
Absolutely.
You have the records. I don't even know.
Let me get this.
Daniel,
we were trying to get you to say that Arsenal are in a title race. And Spurs fans are saying it of their own volition. And you've got a problem. Listen, at the end of the day, it depends on your context and definition of race. Yeah. Am I in a race right now? Perhaps. Am I going to finish the race? No. So therefore, am I only in a race in the last few weeks? Am I in a race right now and I'm going to fall out of the race? It completely depends on your definition.
Do you believe you have a team good enough to compete for this Premier League title?
I think that if Spurs win their next 3 games, then you're looking at a situation where you literally have you're third of the way through the season and you've not lost a game.
So
you
how long
will it take that level of expectation? That's all. You have to embrace expectation.
You kind of believe it.
No, listen. I hear Spurs fans saying Bazuma's better than Rice. I hear them saying Maddison's the best 10 in the league. I hear them saying Romero's the best centre back in the league. I hear them saying Udoji's the best. And I don't necessarily disagree with some of these points. But what I'm saying is, if you want to claim that, you need to deliver on those things. So
you should disagree with those points.
I think Maddison he's not KDB, but he's clearly showing Odegaard, Bruno, those kind of levels. He's showing that he's of that level. Like, can he maintain that? It's up to him, but he's showing that he is of that level of player. Like Son is showing that he is a top 3 number 9 in the Premier League. Can he maintain that? He has to show it. I said on this stream before that Son's the best finisher in the league.
It's not hard to be a top striker in the Premier League right now.
I said Son's the best finisher in the league.
He's the best finisher in the league. He's the best.
No, he said the best.
He's the best.
Top 3.
Better than Haaland.
Son is the best finisher in the league. He's
better than Haaland.
Oh yeah, he is. That's his skill set. That's his
Is
main
he better
thing.
Is he better finisher?
He's a world-class finisher. He's a world-class.
Yeah, he's a better finisher than Haaland.
Finishing. I don't think there's anybody who has a better finishing rate.
If that's your hill, there's nothing to talk about.
I mean, the thing is like, based on you have no criteria to say that Haaland's a better finisher than Son. All the stats.
I've watched both of them for a long enough time to tell you that.
That's not to say that Haaland's not a more versatile finisher. Like Son ain't scoring no headers. Like Son ain't like he's more versatile finisher. But Son going through on goal, 1-on-1 and stuff like that.
But hold on. So if we
are you saying he's more clinical then? Are you saying he's more clinical than?
I think he's more clinical. He's gonna have to jump off soon. But Daps, what do you want to say on this?
No, I was just gonna say again, to get the perfect answer. You have to ask the perfect question, and the perfect question has so much context to it. Like Jay just said there, Haaland's a better header. Now, heading is still finishing, right? So then, actually, to answer that question, it would have to say when through one-on-one with a goalkeeper, or when inside this area, it is what it is. Both of them are very good finishers. It's that simple, in it. Like, and we have to be clear with Son as well, because we saw it with Kane for a while. Son's been doing, and this isn't me backing Son over Haaland, by the way, because for me, we don't have the perfect data to give the perfect answer. Yeah, we know how many Haaland scored last season, but we can also have to say on Son that Son's been scoring goals in the Premier League for quite a few years now. So we salute it, and that's it.
I've got a question. Okay, this is for everybody here. Really quickly, you have a team. You're building your team based on a 9. Who are you picking, Haaland or Son? Now, before let me preface this.
Haaland.
Son is a sensational player, but if we're talking about 9s, he's not the best 9 in the league.
No. I didn't say he was the best 9.
If we're talking about finishing, let's talk about the man that just broke the Premier League record.
What about the guy who won the Golden Boot the season before? From
guys,
with how many?
I think we're missing 23. The point. His point is about shots, percentage
finishing.
Of going in.
Yeah.
So finishing is based on the amount of shots you've taken, the amount of goals you've scored from those shots. So based on that, you get a finishing
there's statistical evidence that Son is the player that has overshot his XG the most. Ergo, he's the best finisher, as in he is finishing the most difficult.
This is a 5-year span. 5-year span also. Statistically better than Messi, statistically better than Mbappe, statistically better than Haaland over the last 5 years.
Based on specific stats. Based on, like I said, it has to be like...
Based on that specific stat. The percentage of goals for shots taken. That's what it is.
That's the hill you're dying.
And you have to, and if that's it, innit? Like, I think
we've seen it. We've seen evidence of it.
You saw it this season, Igal.
How many times have we seen Tottenham? How many times have we seen Tottenham have minimal chances but have 3 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals in a game?
Not that many, to be fair.
I've looked at, I'm talking about Jose Mourinho days. I'm talking about Conte days over the last 5 years. We've seen
under Conte, they were scoring 3, 4, 5 goals under Conte. Fucking hell.
Yeah, they were early times.
Yes, and Son's a big match guy as well.
Son's
he's a big match guy.
Son is the closest thing to a world-class player that Tottenham have at the moment, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, do you think Tottenham can keep this up, or is this a new manager bounce? What do you guys think?
Nah, man. The way they're playing football is sustainable.
It's sustainable.
The only way it's going to stop is, again, injuries.
Injuries,
That's what's going to cut it. But, Igal, you need to stop with this new manager bounce.
Actually,
it's not
that sorry. Hold on. Don, can I say it's not just...
Hold on. New manager bounce here is basically you trying to insinuate that it's not going to be sustainable. That's what you're saying.
New manager bounce means no one has figured them out yet. Once they figure them out...
but that's not my definition of new manager bounce.
Here's the thing. It's not just injuries, and I get what Igal is saying, and he's found a clever way to say it for it to be clickbaity, and for it to land quickly, again, without giving context. It's not just injuries, but the other thing that will happen if Tottenham are where they are now in March, then what happens is teams have found out how they play and start playing a different way against them. And also, there's a whole thing of pressure that if Tottenham are here in March with Man City and Liverpool and Arsenal breathing down their necks, knowing every game they must win. If they do not win, they're out of the race. That's pressure. And that could be another one. We don't know that yet. But at the moment, you know what? It's one of them ones. And this is where I was going to back Deji a bit. Maybe wild saying we're going to win the league. However, I do understand why if your team is performing the way Tottenham are at the moment, and then you go on a show and you've got a load of Tottenham fans that are being negative about it, then you're going to be like, do you know what? I'm going to be very Mr. pro. Positive. If you're going to be that negative, I'm going to be Mr. Positive, because this is mad. Like, and I do get that. I'm not going to lie. When I see fan bases being ultra negative when your team's doing well, I'm just like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why is the way you enjoy it?
Let me just segue to... I think this is why Jay's celebrating. Look at the team that Crystal Palace is playing, bro.
Oh man, no, Lise, no Eze.
Yeah, no, you're probably gonna smoke them.
That's a dirty low.
Playing.
Okay, these no doji, but other than that, looks good. And we play a 4-3-3 more than a 4-2-3-1, but that's fine. It's okay.
Where is
And
it?
you know why?
Where is it?
This is the main reason.
Palace.
It's at Crystal Palace. This is the main reason why Deji's getting excited. He's like, they play Crystal Palace.
These next 5 games will tell me where Tottenham are finishing this season.
Do you know what? I'll be. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Agal. Here's the thing. This is where he's new to this. I don't look at our running now, November, December. The most important thing to me is I go and look at the running, the back end of the season. Like, I look at the fact we're going to Old Trafford. We've been to the Emirates. I look at, we're playing away games right now. No problem. That means business end of the season when it means more.
Yeah, you'll have home games.
But
yeah, fact.
But my only counter to that, Dabs, is that because there's a certain level of team that we've not played yet. Yeah, we've played like Liverpool, Arsenal, United, but we ain't played the Villa, Newcastle, those teams, and that's where I don't quite know how the team's matching up against those teams. Because I won't lie, Watkins, Diaby on the counter, how Spurs play worries me a lot. Like Brighton don't worry me with how they play, but Villa as a matchup. They're the matchup where I'm like, now we could get smashed.
Newcastle also.
Newcastle as well. Horrible matchup for us. Yeah. On the break, Gordon, Isak, Wilson. Horrible matchup.
No, but Jay, before we move on, I want to know, everyone here, Tottenham's going 5 points clear today, right? No question.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not. I'm not saying 100%, but Captain Sonny needs to chase down Haaland. So we're looking at that. We're looking at that golden boot. You know, we might not be able to catch it, but we're looking at that boot. You know.
So you're celebrating individual awards.
I mean, I want my players to get individual accolades because by a byproduct, I'm assuming they're contributing to the team, and ergo the team will be doing well. No.
Oh, Egal, I'm clipping that, Egal.
Yeah,
you must never.
You must never. When Saka goes 10-10 goals assist, he's not allowed to celebrate.
Harry Kane got you guys golden boots. Son got golden boots, but he didn't win nothing with it. Aubameyang got a golden boot, didn't win us anything with that golden boot.
I think you spun my light-hearted comment about Son scoring tonight, hopefully, into something darker and deeper for pure agenda.
Hey, there you go.
And
let's spin the league table topic into something darker and deeper. We got Chelsea coming up on the next topic, and they're now 10th in the table.
They made it into the top half.
They're 10th. They're 10th, but look at their points. They're still proper 12th.
There you go. Chelsea have turned the corner. They picked up a couple of results. There you go.
That City game is looming, isn't it?
You can see they picked up a couple of results after the loss to Aston Villa, but they got another crazy run coming up. The moment they come back from that EFL Cup game, they got Tottenham, Man City, Newcastle, Brighton, Manchester United, Everton. Now, I'm not. Everything's going to be easy. Everything's going to be easy.
Sorry,
for the rest of the game.
I've got to make a move. I've got to go and have a curry. So,
it's much love.
All right,
love to everyone.
Dabs, love. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Appreciate it.
Guys,
love.
Do make sure you check out Never a Foul. Big up that.
Cheers, bro.
Love.
Now, Don, this is your time to shine. Talk to me, bro. How you feeling?
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm feeling confident. Now. You know, a lot of the things that I expected Poch to do in terms of the personnel, the tactics, you know, not playing too many people out of position. That's what he started to do, and now we're playing a lot better, man. So I'm confident that we'll beat Brentford. I think their main threat is their long balls and their set pieces. So I'm expecting Disasi to come back into this team for this. He's quite tall. I'm expecting Levi to probably play at left back for this game, probably to add a little bit of height. But you know, one game at a time right now, isn't it? One game at a time. But how we're playing right now, I'm confident that we'll beat Brentford, man, because they haven't been that great this season, you know. So I'm expecting a win for this game.
Dan, what are you saying about Chelsea? You seem very intrigued by what Don was saying there.
I think, to be honest, I think he's about right to be optimistic. I think Chelsea's biggest problem was their chance conversion, really. I think if they put away a lot of the chances that they had in the first half of this, like the start of the season, I think they'll be a lot higher in the table, to be honest. Obviously, when you miss back-to-back chances, your head's dropping, and that's when you concede sloppy goals and that. And similarly to United, really, that's a lot of United's problem at the moment. So I think if they can just keep on this run of finishing chances, I think they'll probably find their way high up the table quite quickly. Maybe not obviously challenging for anything meaningful, but maybe around 5th, 4th, 6th, trying to compete for the Champions League, probably around there, I'd say.
I have an interesting take on Chelsea, and I'm just going to show you guys. I think this run is actually beneficial to Chelsea. No pressure going away from home to Tottenham. No pressure against Man City at home.
My brother in Christ, they spent £1 billion.
No pressure from them, because Newcastle at this moment in time is looked at as a better team, and they're going to that game as the underdogs. So these games, they're actually going to be going into them facing teams that are going to be more open, that are going to be playing more football and less low blocks, which allows them to have more opportunities to actually use their strength.
I've got to disagree, Gal. These games are huge pressure for Chelsea because
there's definitely pressure.
Because they didn't get the points that they should have got.
You're only listening to half of what I said.
No, I'm listening. You're missing the point of saying that Chelsea came into this season with big expectations. Yeah,
did they? I don't think so.
Do you think the whether forget
I
the
think
fans,
the expectations are the lowest they've ever been.
Do you think the board outlaid all this money and bought these players and did all this to not be playing Champions League at the end of the season?
Right.
I think Todd Bowley is thinking like this is a baseball minor league team at this moment in time, and he knows it's going to take some time.
I disagree. I think Chelsea are expecting to finish.
I don't think Chelsea are expecting.
Yeah, we are. That's the minimum expectation to get back.
I don't think Chelsea.
At the beginning of the season, Poch was talking spicy about the title. This is where people just look. Egal, it's coming from you because you're an Arsenal fan. You guys got disillusioned in this phase talk. We don't do phases around here, bro. Yeah, the minimum that we need to do. By the way, the minimum that we need to do.
You're in a phase right now.
You do phases. You do phases. No. You sign a bunch of 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds. You're in a phase. That's a phase.
£105 million.
Let me land why I'm saying that, because last year we finished 12th. So on paper right now we shouldn't even be aiming for Europe. But that's right, the minimum. Correct. That's a minimum expectation, and the minimum expectation
getting back into Europa League,
getting back into Europe, yeah. And the minimum expectation is also to challenge for all the trophy, all the cup competitions that we're in. Because let's not act as if Chelsea haven't got a deep squad full of quality. Like I haven't complained about
a lot of injuries.
We've got a lot of injuries, and I haven't complained about injuries once. That just goes to show you, yeah, that we've got a solid enough team, a good enough manager to get in the top 4, top 5, whatever you want to call it. Right, and also again to compete for all the trophies.
But don't act like you're trying to win now.
Plus, I'm not saying we're trying to win now, but I'm saying there is an expectation there to at least get back into Europe. It's not going to be finish 8th and that's it. It'll be all right.
He said Chelsea had high expectations. Getting back into Europe is not high expectations. High expectations.
There was expectations.
That's a realistic expectation.
I think those are realistic expectations. I think high expectations is like when you won the Champions League, people thought you guys could push on to win the league.
There is the expectations to win the league this year. I wouldn't say
so. High expectations for me is what Arsenal have. High expectations to me is what Liverpool might have. High expectations to me is what Man City have every year. I don't think Chelsea walked into the season with high expectations. The last time Chelsea walked into the season with high expectations was after they lifted big ears.
And we signed Lukaku.
And to be honest, if you look at, and I'm not on the boat of killing Todd Bowley for making up the signings that he's made. I think if you look at how American teams recruit players, it's very clear that he's gone that route with it. Now, whether it works or not, that's a whole different question, but you have to give it 2-3 years to see whether or not it's worked. Because, like I said, Caicedo, you've got Enzo, you've got, what's the name of your striker? Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. Mm-hmm.
Jackson, you've got, obviously, Sterling is the older head, but you've got Mudryk. You've got, essentially, your whole back line is being phased out, and you've got young bloods in right now. If you were to put the expectation of them challenging to win any major trophy right now, you would be setting them up to fail.
Facts.
That's exactly what you'd be doing. Because here's a news flash for you: they're not winning anything. Give them a season or 2 or 3 to get used to playing with each other, and also added to the fact, no team signs 5, 10, 15 players and then tries to win the league. When you get to winning the league territory, you're talking about signing 1, 2, 3, making minor adjustments here or there. Signing a whole squad and trying to win the league, that's never worked, and it's not gonna work this year.
You know what it is though, yeah, bro. Like what it is, I said it at the start of the season. As much as I liked the players that we were signing, and I would have loved more experience, yeah, we're walking into the unknown. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how good these guys are gonna really be, but it's not to say that they're not good right now. Caicedo, top player. Enzo, he ain't been on form, but good player.
Sensational player, yeah.
Oh, Palmer. No one's talking about his age right now.
Sensational player.
He's a very
Only
good player.
you have been for 3 days in a row. You said it on Never Foul. You said it on Terrace.
No, I'm saying
He's talking about his age, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying that no one's talking about his age because of how good he is.
Except for you.
Is the point? I'm not talking about his age, bro. I'm saying no one's talking about his age because of how good he is, right? So all I'm saying is, in January, we know we've got ambitious owners, yeah?
Age goes both ways. I'll tell you that.
And no, age definitely does go both ways, innit? But all I'm saying is,
You're gonna get criticized for being immature when he does bad.
We're still in a little bit of the unknown. And in January, we know we've got ambitious owners, yeah? Let's say we land a Tony, for example, and let's say we're in and around that position. If we're in a position to compete or whatever, I'm not going to run away from it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to run away from it. All I'm saying right now is Chelsea right now are in the unexpected right now. We really are. And we've got good players. And even in pre-season, I predicted that would finish 4th. Do you know what I'm saying? And people were laughing at me. But now people are starting to see the quality that we've got.
You want to know something? You're going to do well for the next couple of weeks. But then when you go back to facing teams that play low blocks again, I think you might struggle again.
Yeah, potentially. But then we've got guys like Nkunku to come back. Obviously, we've got Cole Palmer doing what he's doing. You know, you've got Jackson, who's good against.
When is Nkunku back?
Poch said today that potentially after the international break, November.
By the way, Jay, there was something you said in the Twitter space that made me actually want to make sure you guys were on the same stream at the same time. What was it that you were saying to Don?
Okay. So basically, Don on a Twitter space, right? Don said that I was waffling about Chelsea because I said last time when we were doing the predictions, I predicted a draw.
Yeah, you did. I actually went back and I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I predicted a draw. I said, and I quote, that Chelsea need to prove to me that they're not weak because they've shown weakness in the games. And ta-da! They gave up a 2-0 lead in a game that they arguably should have won. So
no. Yeah, but Jay, bro, I listened back to that stream because I knew you were jumping on today. Yeah. You were saying, "Oh, I'm not sure about Chelsea off the ball," and I literally watched it back again, and I was saying to you, bro, off the ball, we've been very good. That's one thing. That's one thing that I've been complimenting. And I spoke about the fact that we're going to press them off the park.
But did I not also say in terms of you building out from the back as well? Whether or not you build, and it was Colwell not sending the ball. Like was Colwell not coughing the ball?
He was a bit. One second. I want to understand Jay's point. So Jay, your point is they still haven't proven anything to you after the draw.
I think so. Basically, I was concerned about how Chelsea would play through the Arsenal press, and Colwell was coughing the ball up like he had COVID. So I'm like, I think I'm still unsure on that. But Cole Palmer was able to create a little bit. I had concerns about whether or not Chelsea had the backbone or whether they'd wilt under pressure. Still got those concerns. I think Chelsea impressed me off the ball defensively. I thought they were good. I'm not sure. I don't think I was too critical of them. My big concerns were how Chelsea were going to play through the Arsenal press and whether Chelsea had the backbone to win the game. And I still had those questions.
Fair enough. I think that's a fair point to still have questions over Chelsea because you yet to actually prove it. It's still very early.
But they impressed me.
But I was like, you're still not
from that position to not win the game, from where you really needed that win. You needed that win.
But Jay, what I've said about those mistakes, those are easy mistakes to take out your game, bro. Like it's very immature. Sanchez, right? In a position like that, don't take that risk. Go long if you need to. Do you get what I'm saying? It was a hospital pass to Enzo. Gallagher was flat-footed. Just errors there, innit? And then for that third goal again,
I agree, but is it
and then for that second goal,
is it going to be too late though? Is it going to be too late by the time you get the errors out of your system?
No. Listen, a lot of the goals that we've conceded, have been individual mistakes, but we're very early on in the season, right? And again, working with young players, so this is something that Poch needs to drill into them about decision making and mentality. Because, bro, 75 minutes of that game, Arsenal weren't breaking us down. I was at the game and I didn't feel like they were going to score. You know what I'm saying?
You want something? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap it up here. But before we wrap it up, what's your prediction for the Brentford game?
I said 2-1 earlier. So I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 again. 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm going Chelsea. Chelsea's going to drop points in this game.
I think Brentford might have something for them.
Yeah. They're going to play a low block. They're going to catch you on the counter with Mbeumo and Wesa. Wesa bangs in 2. And you guys are not going to be able to finish to get goals against them. If you guys are able to beat them and you're able to still score to the level that you did against Burnley, then I might say, you know what, this team is definitely turned a major corner.
But then obviously the thing is that like the next game, no offense, we as an FC cannot allow Pochettino to return to Chelsea with any sort of points from that game. That's the way we have to, and I look forward to discussing that game with you, Dom, because there's no way we can allow you to get any points. So get some points from this Brentford game, because my FC cannot allow Pochettino to go to Chelsea and then get some points. I'm sorry.
And Daniel, what are you saying? What's your score prediction?
I think, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. But again, I think I don't. What's it called? I don't dislike Chelsea, and I'm not as down on Chelsea as everybody else is. I think they had a rocky start, but I could see them winning again. I think that run of big games, that's going to be the real challenge for them. But I can see
that's what I'm going to say if we turn the corner or not. That's what I'm going to personally say if we turn the corner or not. Right now, I still think it's a little bit early, man. I'm taking it game by game.
Yeah. So I think Chelsea's gonna win. I think Chelsea's gonna win, to be honest.
Fair enough. Okay, guys, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Big up Jay, big up Daps, of course, for jumping on. Big up my guy. Everyone, have yourselves a wonderful day. And yo, Jay, let me chat to you after the stream. Big up everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
Love.
Bye.
Peace.
Bless.